Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. This is Marine General Michael Langley. He is of our own Black American lineage from Shreveport, Louisiana. In June of 2022, he was nominated for promotion to general and assigned as commander of United States Africa Command. General Langley is highly educated and skilled. He is tested on the battlefield and off. It appears now that General Langley is the boogeyman of Africa. Africans all over the continent now are making videos about him, so you know some lies are being thrown in. They'll be making videos and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they heard somebody else say something and somebody else say something, and they threw Black American in, and now they're all making videos about him. This is a military man, so I don't doubt that he's over there doing America's military bidding. But we have to take things when every African starts talking about something, you definitely have to take that with a grain of salt. That is not to say that they don't have some valid points. I'm going to let you listen to this woman who is outlining what they claim the problem is.
Finally, Ibrahim Traoré has responded to what General Michael Langley said about him. Langley is the sixth commander of AFRICOM. He is responsible of American military strategy operations and partnership across 53 African countries. So he's the one who go around African countries talking to African leaders, seeing the way forward and how to help each other. Also looking if there is an issue of all those things. And this is what he had to say about Ibrahim Traoré. He said that Ibrahim Traoré is misusing minerals and he is using gold of Burkina Faso to enrich himself, not for Burkina Faso people, but for power, for protection. And that he should be arrested for unaliving a lot of people. And he is not honest at all, that he is not what people think he is. Ibrahim Traoré said enough is enough. All these Western medias, private detectives, they just go making headlines without any proof, without even photos, without anything, just talking. He said that they should leave African matter to Africa just because he refused and chased out all the Western leaders out of the country. Now he is the bad guy. He said that they will never, all these Western leaders, they will never come back to Burkina Faso.
So they claim that General Langley is talking smack about the leader of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Now, let me just say, General Michael Langley is of my lineage, so I have love for him. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is from my ancestral lineage, so I also have love for him. So I have love for both of these men. Now, one is on one side of the coin and the other is on the other side of the coin. General Langley's job is to build partnerships with the African nations. That's what they say. So that's what he ought to be doing. Now, we know that that is the surface language. We know there's a lot of undercover language and a lot of offstage language that they are using. But that is what he's supposed to be doing. And he is going around the continent meeting with different leaders. Now, the Western countries are going to have to come to terms with the fact that the robbery of Africa is coming to an end. And they're going to have to partner with them in the right way. Africa should not be the richest continent and have the poorest people. Something is wrong with that. These Western countries have been feeding off of Africa for the longest. So at some point, everything has come to an end, and everybody has to accept that, especially these Western governments. President Ibrahim Traoré is an impressive, charismatic leader who has done an outstanding job of taking charge of his country and his people because he is a courageous leader. I want him to succeed because the people of Burkina Faso, as well as other parts of Africa, deserve to benefit from the resources that they have been blessed with. Now, General Langley has been assigned that position in Africa to go around Africa talking to the leaders and building partnerships, just like she said. But because General Langley is talking smack about a beloved leader of Burkina Faso, they've concocted lies that he's been sent over there to assassinate him, but he's doing the bidding of the United States of America. He needs to defend what he's doing if he's doing something wrong. But I wouldn't take the word of a bunch of Africans who are known for doing nothing but selling each other out, running, and lifting up the people who oppress them. I wouldn't take their word for it. Now maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not feeling all of this outrage against General Michael Langley. I'm just not. And as far as General Langley saying that President Traoré is misusing the minerals of Burkina Faso, he's not misusing them. He's using them. And even if he's using the gold and other minerals that he has for his own protection, that's what he should be using them for. He shouldn't be giving them to France and the United States for them to use and sell back to the people and they stay poor. So General Traoré is the one who's supposed to be using the minerals, not America or France. So I think he's totally wrong about that. But I want to say something else about them because they're saying that General Langley is sent over there to take President Traoré out to end his life. America has been accused of going all over the world, destabilizing governments and taking leaders out for the last 75 or 80 years. Since when has any one person's name been linked to something like that? Never. If the United States or France or England or any other Western country wanted to do something like that, it would not be nobody's name would be attached to it. They're just doing this because of their anti-Black American hatred. These Africans. They have put this man's family names out there, their addresses, where they live, and everything. When have they ever done that to a white person? Never. Never. That is not how America operates. These people are doing this out of spite and hatred. And I think that needs to be exposed. And Black Americans should not fall for this bullshit. If anything happens to this man, it's going to be done by one of the sellouts over there. Probably somebody from his own tribe, in his own unit, somebody pretending to be his friend, like they always do. When has a Black American taken an African leader out? Never. This man is just a front for the United States government, and they are trying to get to those precious metals and rare elements and all of the mineral resources in Burkina Faso. And what they're leaving out is that there are people in Burkina Faso, citizens of Burkina Faso, Burkinabés or whatever they call themselves, who are against President Traoré. Not only that, but they had a big rally in Burkina Faso today in support of the president. It was a massive crowd. But then in France, there was a counter protest against him, demanding that he steps down. I am sure that the problems in Burkina Faso are as complex as they are anywhere else. America and other Western countries have always interfered in the internal affairs of African nations as well as other nations across the world. But to blame General Langley and put his name out there and put his family at risk, they're not going after Donald Trump's family. So I think that is very disingenuous and I think it's intentional because, again, tribalism with Africans always raises its ugly head. But to go on record, I want to make it clear it would be wrong, it would be evil for General Langley to be over there plotting against President Traoré. It would be wrong and it would be criminal. But the biggest challenge and the biggest threat to Burkina Faso is not General Langley or any other American. They are their own worst enemies. If I had to put money on who would be the fastest to become a traitor, a Black American or an African, who do you think I would put my money on? The same people who would sell people who look like them for a piece of red cloth, a bottle of rum, and a few gold buttons. We just saw a few weeks ago in Kenya where the Hebrew Israelites were trying to preach or teach the Kenyans and told them that Jesus was black, and they ran them out of there. And white people, even the Russians, have been telling you that Jesus was black. Yet and still, they didn't want to hear that. So I'm going to give General Langley the benefit of the doubt because we see how these Africans behave when they come here. It could be that they just want a white man over there over the African command. I'm willing to explore that idea. They've been calling this man out forever, saying all kinds of horrible things about him. So I don't think they're more credible than he is. A white man can come and offer them some gold and silver buttons, and they'll sell out the whole tribe. Now, the whole continent they're gonna march against General Langley. They're gonna march against General Langley. A billion Africans gonna be in the streets. Okay, get your ass on out there then. Good for you. I hope it'll do you some good. Because now the Russians are over there hipping us. So we're going to talk some real smack to the United States now. Because we got the Russians over here and the Chinese over here. And the Chinese are treating you like shit. And you go over there and they blame you for starting a pandemic that the white folks said they started. The Chinese started. And somebody's supposed to take y'all seriously. So for me, as a black American, I'm not going to be making videos about this man, accusing him of something that I don't know, just taking words of what these Africans are saying online because I don't trust them. This man has a job, but he is not the commander in chief. He does not have the authority to order somebody's life to be taken. Also, never has anybody's name been attached to something like that. If something like that was ordered against the life of another person, it would come from the top, the commander in chief, and it would be done by somebody like by these special operatives that America has operating all over the world. It wouldn't be by this man. So I think we do need to get some perspective on these things. If you're an African living in the United States, don't come in here trying to give me advice. You need to go home and help if you see a problem. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Give me a thumbs up and have a great day.